Hello, my name is Abraham Klein, and as you probably know, we live in an age where the internet exists. And if you're watching this video and you didn't know that, how are you watching this video? Anyway, all that put aside, I want to talk to you today about, well, some of the stupid phrases that are on the internet. Of course, people like to talk about things that they hate, and many times we get involved with the very things that we hate, such as, well, these phrases that I'm about to use. Now, I try to avoid these at all possible, but you know, I'm a millennial, I'm a modern day person. Maybe sometimes I end up using them, but these are some phrases that are really stupid. Not necessarily stupid, but stupid in the fact that people use them all the time. So let's get started. The top 10, I should say, phrases, with a couple honorable mentions here and there. I don't know why, I guess that just means like 12 or 13. But anyway, let's get to it right away. 10 stupid phrases that are on the internet. And these are typically phrases that are added on to a post, like below an article, they might have this phrase above it, or at the end of something they say, they put one of these phrases. And you'll understand what I mean as we go on. All right. One, this! If you've ever seen somebody, such as on Facebook or mostly Facebook, you might see a person post an article. And above that, you know, they have to give some sort of caption, explanation. But instead of actually taking up an entire explanation or idea of how they feel about it, they just put in all caps, this! And that's where they ended. And apparently that's supposed to mean that they really think this article or this meme is really, really good. And so that's why they say this! At least that's how I'm imagining them saying it, as they... I mean, could you imagine actually if we lived in a world where, like, let's say we lived back in before the internet, and all we could do was share articles with one another, okay? Say this is a newspaper, and they walk up, and, you know, they have the paper opened to... If you guys remember what newspapers are, they would open it up, and they would, you know, point to the article with their friends and go, this! You know, excuse me. That would appear a little bit stupid in real life, but because we're on the internet, it's still stupid. Once more for the people in the back. Sometimes you'll see these in comments. Sometimes you'll see this, you know, as the caption for a meme, or after in a phrase that is also a meme. They'll say stuff like, once more for the people in the back! You know, because apparently people in the back can't hear. And if you're in the back, a lot of times it's supposed to indicate that you're not listening anyway, which is not true, because I've been in the back, I've sat in the back in a church before, and an audience, and sometimes, you know, if it's like a paid event, you can't afford the front row, okay? So I'm in the back. What about it? I mean, the speaker should be able to reach me all the way in the back, but we have to say it again, once more for the people in the back. And this one's going to be a difficult one. Number 3 is going to be a difficult one for me. As you know, my hand is not at the best shape right now. My left hand, that is. But I'm going to try to do it anyway. And that is the clap emoji after every word. Maybe you've seen this before. Sometimes these are the captions before they show an article. But sometimes it's like a lot of times you'll see this on Twitter, where a person goes on, they make a statement about something. Sometimes it's political, sometimes religious, sometimes it's about sports, sometimes it's about basket weaving, I don't know, whatever it is that they're passionate about, they end up having a clap emoji after every single word, which, by the way, I've tried that before, and it takes a lot of work. I mean, the effort you have to go to just to remember clap emoji, word, clap emoji, word, clap emoji, word, clap. See, I'm having a hard time just saying it, but they'll be like, you know, this is something I believe in. See, it's hard, right? I believe in. And I think you should feel the same way. And, you know, so there's the clap emoji. Again, another stupid thing that we do on the internet, but we're okay with it because it's the internet. Just going to leave this here. Just gonna leave this here. That's usually like, again, a meme or an article. It's not usually something you put in a comment because it might raise questions. Unless in the comments you're like quarreling, debating the person who already put something, and they're like, "Hey, here's this article. Please rate it," or "Here's a meme I really like," and they like try to counter that argument, and they put like a little link to an article or a meme, and they'll be like, "Just gonna leave this here," And of course, I always try to imagine what their face looks like when they post it. Just gonna leave this here. That's kind of how I imagine them. You always imagine people look stupid when they put these kind of phrases in with whatever they're putting online. Because that's what you have to do, because, again, it's the internet. So, just gonna leave this here is something that we obviously, is obviously a very stupid phrase. Because, again, getting back to the idea of, back in the day when all we had was newspapers, imagine you walk up to your friend, just gonna leave this here, and you walk away. But that actually would make more sense than a person who does it online, because you realize it's a news feed, okay? The news feed goes continuously. You can't just put it online and it's just gonna stay there for everybody to forever see, okay? There's a thing called, like, swiping and up and, Anyway, moving on. And this one was pretty popular about a year ago, and quickly morphed into a phrase that was not only about this group of people, but was literally about anyone that you didn't like or didn't agree with. In fact, I had this phrase used on me as well, probably by people that didn't even know what this was, and that is the phrase, "Okay, Boomer." And, of course, I knew a guy who went by the name Boomer, which is kind of weird. It's almost like everybody was like, upset at him. Kind of like how the name Karen has become synonymous with awful women. And but the reason why that lady is yelling at you, it's because she's just caring so much. Anyway, okay, Boomer, as I said, it started off as this kind of thing for young people my age, and younger, maybe, mostly people my age, to get back at the boomers, the ones who were us back in the 60s, which is kind of weird, because, like, now they think we're the spoiled ones, even though they were spoiled, and then the next generation was the spoiled, and now we're the generation, and now we're looking at the next generation, and also, because, that's just the way the world works. You always think the next generation is the worst generation, and you'll never understand. Only 90 babies will understand, or 90s babies, not 90, but 90s babies. I'm sorry, you won't understand unless you are one. So, and then it quickly morphed into, just like I said, literally anybody you disagreed with, or somebody you thought was stupid. Like where I work around kids, and, I had one of them look at me and go, "Okay, Boomer," which is funny because I'm a millennial. What they should have said was, "Okay, millennial," and then, of course, I would have also been insulted because, I'm a millennial, and we get upset about it. Anyway. I bet I won't get one share. You'll see these a lot with, like, it'll show, like, a dog, and he's got baloney on his face, or somebody who's only got one leg, or somebody that has no legs, or no arms, or no eyes, or just anything, literally, that they think should be shared, and so they peer pressure you, or they try to peer pressure you into sharing it because they want to make this thing go viral. And, of course, there's always enough people to make them go viral, because a lot of people give into the peer pressure of, "I'll bet I won't get one like. She won't get one like because," kind of going along with it, "because I'm disabled. So I'm not going to get a like. Can this veteran get a like? Can this black man get a like? Can this hard-working woman, single mother, get a like or a share? If not, you're heartless." So anyway. If you don't blank, we can't be friends. And honestly, because of this, I don't voice my opinion on it because otherwise I would lose so many friends. In other words, like it comes to like a phrase, like no, not a phrase, but like a cultural reference or a food or something you like, whatever it is. Then they're like, if you don't know who this cartoon character is, then we can't be friends. Or maybe another thing that kind of goes along with that same idea is like, if you don't know who this guy is, then you're too young. Which is funny because I usually find a lot of people younger than me posting things about their cultural references, and I have no idea who they are. You know why? Because I'm so much older than them. But all that aside, because I don't get their stuff because they're younger than me and I wasn't into... Anyway. So, so if you don't do this, or if you don't like this, or if you don't get this reference, or you don't get this, then we can't be friends. Which, again, is stupid. Then you're a part of the problem. Usually these are political in nature. They'll say a phrase and then say, if you support this, then you're a part of the problem. Sometimes they say you are the problem, just to make it really get in your face, And that also kind of goes along with these lot of things like, if you still support this company, or this candidate, or this whatever, then you're... Sorry, there you are. They are a part of the problem. Okay, continuing. Multiple exclamation points as a caption. Now, this is not necessarily a phrase, as I said, but this is definitely something people do. Sometimes if they're feeling extra lazy and they don't want to say, this! They'll just put a bunch of exclamation points. So in other words, it's like, and, I guess, I'm assuming they're just so excited or angry or whatever emotion they're feeling at the time so intensely, they can't even put words. All they can do is just a bunch of exclamation points. So I'm imagining them posting it like, like... like that. So that's number 9. And, again, something else stupid that we find here online. Whew, that kind of... 100! Which, I can't... Anyway, 100. I don't have enough fingers to show you 100, so... Yeah, 100 is another one, 100! Keeping it 100, a lot of people say that. But sometimes they'll just have it as a caption for, like a music video, or another video, or a meme, or something else, and they'll just put 100. Okay, moving on to the second honorable mention is read that again. Because obviously, you didn't understand it the first time. And if you did understand it, and you still have the same opinion that you had before, and it's not this opinion right here, then read that again. And if you read it again, and you still believe the same way, then you're a part of the problem, right? So, again, another honorable mention, 2 honorable mentions here, or basically 12 stupid phrases we have on, but gotta keep it to 10, gotta keep it, within that synchronized amount, or whatever. In my point, probably the dumbest or stupidest phrase on the internet is, let that sink in. And I want you to let that sink in for a moment when you think about that phrase, let that sink in. Now, this one I don't typically see as a caption before an article or a meme or something like that. It's usually within the meme or something like that. You know, it's usually like a meme. Usually it's like a screenshot of somebody's Twitter post. And it's like, this is happening!
Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Because it's so horrible. And there's never been anything in the entire world as horrible as this thing. So let that sink in.
This, you know, usually it's like,
this happened in America.
Now, these same people already don't think America is a good place, but suddenly they're surprised when, you know, they already think that bad things happen all the time, and America's never been just, and America's never been a good place. But suddenly, because something of atrocity or injustice happened in the United States, suddenly they're like,
this happened in America. Let that sink in.
You know, or something about a hospital.
Let that sink in.
Or something happened with this corporation. You know, Bezos makes so many millions of dollars every single second.
Let that.
It's like, oh, of course.
And yet children are starving in the world. Let that sink in.
And so, yeah, to me that's probably the most annoying one. You may have a different one. What is your most annoying phrase that people use? Maybe I didn't even mention them. If you have one of those favorite stupid phrases that you dislike or is a guilty pleasure, put it in the comments. I know most of you don't put any answers in the comments, but that's fine. Please do this time. I would really like to see what you have to say about these stupid phrases. Maybe one of these other ones you think is the top dumbest phrase on the internet. Of course, mine being let that sink in. They're all, I mean, of course, all these are stupid. But anyway, so this has been Abraham Klein here today, talking about 10, with 2 honorable mentions, stupid phrases on the internet. Hope you avoid this video. Don't avoid this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you have a great day.